Why did we choose to do the different concentrations of caffeine? We chose differently to see how the various levels of caffeine would affect each organism. We needed to compare different concentrations of caffeine in order to provide us with a point of comparison.
So our hypothesis before beginning the project was that the eggs and larvae in a higher concentration would die sooner than those in a lower concentration or control water because the solution would be much stronger than the rest and it could possibly be too much for the eggs and larvae to develop any further.
How the experiment was conducted. Each of us were assigned 3 experimental wells to monitor and collect our observations. The experiment ran for 6 days. We logged into Braingeneers' website to check the eggs and larvae every day, and the images we chose were the clearest we could find.
As we know, caffeine has side effects when you intake it, so we wanted to see what would happen to the eggs and with the larvae with different amounts of caffeine in their system, and if they would survive or not.
The results for the fish, egg, and larva. In general, did the larva survive? How about the fish? Due to the results, we could tell that most of the larvae slowly died due to the concentrations of caffeine. The eggs died significantly faster than the larvae in all the levels of caffeine.
And so, caffeine actually boosts development in eggs and larvae, making them grow significantly faster than eggs and larvae in the control. Take a look at these examples. Egg development day 4, caffeine, high concentration. And larva development day 4, medium caffeine. You can see a significant change.
Caffeine increases heart rate, blood pressure, and body temperature. During pregnancy, if a mother consumes caffeine, a fraction of it will reach the embryo through the bloodstream. However, in our research project, the embryos were grown in a solution of caffeine that had a much higher concentration than what it would have normally been exposed to during development, leading us to believe this is what caused them to die.
The hypothesis, which was high concentrations would die sooner than the others, turned out to be correct. Unfortunately, both of the eggs and larvae died in the end, some sooner than others. It all depended on the amount of caffeine they were given.
This is the average death day for the larval and eggs. In the control for the larval, they survived, but for the eggs, they died in the 4th day. A pattern for the larval was that as concentrations increased, the sooner they died. And for the eggs, it was the opposite. It was as concentrations increased, the longer they survived.